Hey, it's meteorologist Cory Reppenhagen here with the 9 News Weather Impact Team with a look at your forecast as we work our way through the last few hours of this 9 News Weather Impact Day. For this part of the event is including the Front Range today, as we have some snow showers still continuing in the area as we had some snowfall early this morning. That will start to wrap up here just in the afternoon hours, 1-2 o'clock, and then the mountains will also start to wrap up about 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we're in the downward phase of this storm, but we do still have some impacts still to come, because as you may have noticed, it was a pretty significant cold front that got those snow showers going here in the Denver metro area this morning. And behind that front, we'll have continuous cold air to be pressing into the area. It's actually an Arctic cold front coming from way up in the high up in the North Pole from the polar vortex, which is going to be pushing down into the country here over the next several days. And Denver will be riding the very edge of that. So that's going to keep us very cold over the next few days, with low temperatures in the teens and highs barely making it into the 40s on some of these days for your holiday weekend. But we are not expecting any more precipitation here once we get through the afternoon hours. So let's take you into the forecast here by looking, first let's look outside. The 9 News studio here. This is actually not from our studio. This is from our boss's office on the upstairs portion of the building, looking down at Spear and Logan, where there are still some snow flurries coming down in the area. We got about an inch or so of snow here in the Denver area overnight. As you look at the live weather radar right now, you can see the snow showers really starting to wind down as far as coverage goes in the mountains. But there will be some light snow showers continuing in the mountains until about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Those should start to taper off into the evening. And on the Front Range here, more significant snow showers showing up in the area, stretching all the way out onto the eastern plains and into Kansas. There's some snow falling along the I-70 east corridor and all down the I-25 corridor from Denver down into Colorado Springs. This snow is starting to wind down from north to the south, so we would expect about noon, 1 o'clock here to be wrapping up these snow flurries here in the Denver metro area. As you look at the forecast as we go through the day here, with that Arctic cold front moving through the area, we won't be able to get those temperatures up too high, even though we could see some bouts of sunshine here in the afternoon hours. Not full sun, but at least some breaks in the cloud to get some sunshine in there. Hopefully that'll dry out some of the streets, because we're looking at a very cold morning. But you can see the snow showers, those flurries starting to wrap up after 1 o'clock as we go into the afternoon. And then the skies will gradually clear and become stable behind this cold front. And we could, if we clear out completely by about midnight, we're looking at a very deep freeze in the morning. So when you look at your weather impact headlines here, we're talking about a Thanksgiving chill. So your Thursday will start out very cold with low temperatures in the teens. Icy roads will be an issue. So as we go through the day here, the snow showers will stop. We'll get a little bit of sunshine. There's enough traffic on the roads where most of the highways and major roads will dry out, and so that won't be an issue for Thursday morning. But anywhere where the road is still wet as we move into the evening dark hours, that's what we'll have to watch for. Black ice in the morning and just some icy slush as well on some parts of the roads, depending on how much snow you got from this storm and how much sun you will receive after. So that's something that we're watching very closely for Thursday morning, was the Thanksgiving chill. Then we're looking at a cold holiday weekend. Black Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be just riding the edge of that Arctic cold front that will be pressing continuous amounts of cold air, extremely cold air, from the polar regions. And so what that's going to do for us, it'll keep us stable, so we're not looking at precipitation. In fact, we'll probably have quite a bit of sunshine over the next few days, but those temperatures not going to get up there too high. We're just going to keep the temperatures, high temperatures and low temperatures, both below normal for the next several days. But we are looking at a warm week ahead, and that'll start to happen on Monday afternoon. That Arctic cold front will start to disappear from the country, and we'll be off into a 50-degree week with several 50-degree days. This is a live look at the Eisenhower-Johnson tunnels right now. It's closed at the moment. They close it at the top of the hour because Loveland Pass is closed, and the hazmat trucks that would normally have to use Loveland Pass because they can't go through the tunnels with other traffic. That's what's happening there. They close down the tunnels to traffic, let the hazardous materials go through the tunnel, and then they reopen it. But you can see the interstate there looking mainly just wet in places with some slush in the aisles. So decent travel into the high country this afternoon, but those roads will also ice up if they don't completely dry going into tonight. The ski report looking really good. These are the big snow totals for the last 48 hours up, and it's still snowing. So they will still add a few more numbers to these totals here, but as of this morning, Aspen and Snowmass right next door reporting 34 inches. So very close to reaching the 3-foot mark in some of these areas, and probably over the course of today that we get just enough to make that 3-foot mark in some of these areas. But we had 13 ski resorts report more than 2 feet of snow with this storm, and there you see the top 10 right there with those numbers, from Breckenridge at 25 inches to the Aspen area with 34 as of this morning. Take a look at the satellite and radar picture. You can see the snow showers moving across the state and the region. But if you look out to the Pacific Northwest, it is calm out off the coast of Washington and Oregon for the first time in about a week. So that means there's nothing coming downrange from us as far as the storm system is concerned. We'll be watching from the north with the cold air coming from that Arctic cold front instead. So here's a look at Futurecast as we go through the day here. Starting at 11 a.m., we start to press those snow showers out of the Front Range area. By about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, those will be gone. Isolated heavy snow showers still remaining in the high country and parts of the southern I-25 corridor between Pueblo and Trinidad. And then by 6:30 this evening, just about the entire state is clear of snow showers at that time. And as we go into tomorrow morning, that's going to leave clear skies and a sunny day for your Thanksgiving. But the overnight clearing is of concern because we have the temperatures that are already forecast to drop low because of the cold front coming from the north. We could also lose some radiative heat from the earth as we go through the night here, so those temperatures could drop into the middle teens here in Denver. The snowfall forecast as we go through the rest of the day here from 11 a.m. today to 11 p.m. tonight, we're looking at very minimal snow accumulation left over in this storm. Mostly a few of the mountain passes and the I-25 corridor down to the south end of Colorado. But we will also be left with an avalanche warning, and that does cover all the mountain ranges here in Colorado. That avalanche warning does go into the day on Thanksgiving. So what the impacts here are, if you're going to get out enjoy, if you don't like to get on these chairlifts and you'd like to go in the backcountry to do your skiing instead, going to be very enticing with the sunny Thanksgiving holiday ahead to get up and enjoy all this big fresh powder. But the thing you have to know is that layering is the trouble in Colorado with our snow. So we had that big snow event in early November, and then we had a long dry spell. And that dry spell is the issue because that creates a very weak layer of snow with the freeze-thaw cycle continuously over and over through the night. And so we have a very weak layer of snow on the bottom of this one to 3 feet of snow that has just fallen. So that makes it very unstable, and that snow will start to fall here. It'll start to slide downhill on anything about 30 degrees or steeper is gonna start to slide. So that's something that we'll watch for over the next day or two here before that snowpack starts to stabilize a little bit. As far as those temperatures go, we kind of talked about that for just a second there, but look at these forecast low temperatures for the area. We have negative temperatures up in the high mountain valleys. We're talking about Summit County, South Park, even North Park could get into the negative temperatures. We see in the Yampa Valley some negative temperatures, but teens out here in the Front Range and the Northeast Plains. Any roads that are left over wet going into tonight are going to be a trouble spot for tomorrow morning. And then your high temperatures for Thanksgiving are not looking too high here. They're still below average with these these high temperatures. Probably not making it to 40 degrees tomorrow. Most likely going to be a 30-degree day, just above freezing here for most of the day, despite a lot of sunshine for us across the Front Range, Northeast Plains, and even the high country for tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of sunshine. So when we talk about that polar vortex, that Arctic cold front that's coming, you can see this is the cold air tracker. You can the purples there, that's the extremely cold air. That's what's going to start pressing in here as we go into Wednesday evening into Thursday here in Colorado. But as we get into Black Friday, that's when the polar vortex, the main bulk of that Arctic cold front, starts to press down into the area just to the east and northeast of Colorado. And so Colorado will just ride the edge of this extremely cold polar vortex air coming from the North Pole. So that's going to keep our temperatures cold for the several days, probably not getting out of here until about Monday. You can see on Sunday afternoon here, we start to mix in here, and if you look in Colorado, some normal cold air here on Sunday. So that means probably Monday afternoon we'll start to break out of this really cold pattern and get back into a warmer stretch here. But any travel in and out of the Northeast will be probably pretty slow with that polar air really kind of taking hold in that region there. But for Colorado, though, we just remain sunny and chilly from Thanksgiving all the way through the Thanksgiving weekend. And then on Monday, we start to break out of that polar air and get temperatures up into the 50s, which should last a good 6 or 7 days. So the next weekend to come, we're probably going to be looking at some middle 50s at least, maybe some upper 50s as we go into next weekend. So that's the wrap on this storm system and the forecast. Just watch out for those frigid cold temperatures, black ice on Thursday morning. But otherwise, enjoy your Thanksgiving, and thanks for tuning in to the forecast.